cleanse me with his blood. He has cleansed me for the things he has done. God be the glory. To God be the glory. To Elohim be the glory for the things he has done. Amen. It is good to hear the truth. It is good to learn the truth. Amen. We come into this mission every Sabbath. So Elohim blesses us to be able to and share a word. There are many things that we have not yet acquired to work out of this as Elohim instructed me to make it a mission to minister out of and to do that which we do outward for people and for souls. And sharing the word, because there are not many souls of this place, this city, who are really interested in the truth. So he has instructed me accordingly as he instructed, so I do. So my wife and I minister out of this mission in the way that Elohim instructed me to work as from a mission. I'm not very much bothered by all the so-called laws of this land, because most of them ain't worth nothing great deal of them as they become more and more corrupt. Some people wonder why I didn't have great regard for certain laws of this land. I'm not going to explain all that right now, but concerning the corruptness of the marriage laws and stuff. But I want to give this to be known and to be understood. Elohim had an appointed work, an appointed time, as my wife was explaining concerning Christ coming in the flesh and the truth of the gospel. It is so important to hear the truth of who Christ is. Even him taking on the seed of Abraham. It is so important to learn the truth of the gospel. I mean, it is just so important. I want to begin ministering today and teaching. I'm going to start talking about a falling nation before I go into speaking on some other things. This is a falling nation. I heard a little bit on the news of someone speaking about a period of the president saying Amazing Grace. It would be wonderful if he really knew Elohim's grace and was saved. That would really be nice if he really knew the grace of God and his soul was saved. Where he was not one walking in sin and wickedness, condoning wickedness, establishing wicked laws and rules. that he really did know God's grace. You cannot know the grace of God as a salvation and yet stand for evil, corruption, wickedness, homosexuality, abortion, and other sins that bring about degradation and destruction of a nation. You cannot be of a party, a group, a people that stands for those things and yet claim to know the grace of God. You cannot be of that. Even though as I looked at listened to the radio as it spoke about the situation of the young man out of racism killing the black people, and he spoke as though he took a stand to speak against it. In actuality, the young man attempt, a desire to bring about a civil war is really similar to what the president is trying to do, though they are ignorant of it and being used. Only thing the president is doing it through religion. Bring a division between those who stand for things of God in this country and those who do not stand for righteousness and moral principles of God. His intent is to create a civil conflict or war. It was like a covering to the eyes of ignorant blacks and whites and whatever to know his intent. I don't know, knowing that President Obama's dad was the Islam of Africa. I don't know how this nation may have done similar things to the Islamic or the Arab religion in trying to instate rules and regulation or rulers in place to overthrow the Islamic religion, similar to what he's doing here, and created division of the people as a way of conquering or controlling the people, or establishing an authority within the people. I don't know how Islamic or the Arabs or those people feel concerning revenge being taken of the same thing being done, as I consider Obama's father being Islam. But in the acts, it shows the attempt through religion destroying and distorting and creating a division between a nation's people of the religious and the non-godly, truly godly religious, between Christians and non-true Christians. They'll create a division that's creating a civil conflict in a civil war. It is so closely linked to what Obama said he was standing for and what he himself is doing. It is amazing. Him and that young man was practically on the same page. So we think he just want to let people in this country who are so ignorant, so blind. When he speaks, he's for civil rights and says homosexuals. You think civil rights, you are so perverse and ignorant. If you think that has anything to do with civil rights, this man talking about homosexuality related. And he's going to use that. He's going to use that. And he's going to use it down to the point of persecuting Christians. those who will truly stand for Christ. He has every intent of bringing about a civil war because he has the intent of creating division. As that young man and killing those black people without any just cause, wanted to create a civil war. Obama is doing the same thing while he was standing there singing Amazing Grace and ain't been more saved than a dog walking down the street. It is so pathetic. And people are so simple. So simple. But the intent is to divide a nation and destroy a nation, undermine a nation. In the principle that it has in religious dedication or obligation that it has taken. And those who have come to a certain levels of acceptance of things of Christianity to undermine. I spoke last week about those who supported the president and he's paying back. He ain't by himself. You need to understand this also, that he is doing his payback on those who supported him. And even you might wonder why, how could he reach so high? You need to understand that even the United Nations find him beneficial because of what men have appointed in high places. Even the UN would like to see a disruption in the structure of the people of this country, the religious standings. It doesn't have to be to destroy the United States of America, but to bring about a different United States of this country of America. Then it can bring about an acceptable, a more acceptable part of the United Nations. So it's beneficial to the UN also. To really understand what this man is doing, even if he presents himself something like a Messiah now in his attempt to help the next one to come into office. There are people in this country that have already decided what man they want to come in or what type of man they intend to bring up. That's already been pre-planned. When I watch the hypocrisy of one destroying nations and associating homosexuality with black people going through racism, I watch the hypocrisy of this man singing Amazing Grace. The hypocrisy is to stand against Christianity, the truth of serving Elohim and honoring the ways of Elohim, the hypocrisy. And then you see people, black people, white people, whatever, people, they don't make no difference by people. The world is corrupt. Never get impressed with a crowd of people. It doesn't mean nothing. The crowd of people are against God, and even if they claim to be God's people, there's nothing impressive about them at all. But I watch the hypocrisy, claiming Christianity. If he could revise it, he would. Just like this nation went over there and tried to revise Islam, teach a different interpretation of Islam. And if they could, they would, to take control of the Arabs and of those black who joined to Islamic religion. They would. Same thing that is done here. Obama may be a dedicated Islamic. I imagine those of them in Arabia and the Arabs love him. But don't be surprised in the midst of all these things to bring division and confusion and conflict in the nation, and he was being successful. And there are high powers that are making him successful. The media is right there with him, making him successful, and the next to come into office, they will dress him up for you to decide between this one and that one that they will prop up and support and put money into. The media will be right there because they already have purpose that powers of this world, as written up in the book of Daniel, is already controlling those things. But that will mean that greater control. They will seek to even establish the kingdom of the Antichrist. Even giving out the number 660 and 6, they will try, but they will fail. It's already written up in the book of Daniel 2. Because this United Nation will fall, that is already documented. Stones shall be hewed out of the mountain without hand. And strike the United Nations upon its feet. The Union of Nations Democracy. United Nations. And the whole image written up in Daniel records it will collapse. And Elohim will rule from Israel. And his servant Elijah, and Moses. This is what is near to come, but they have their plan. They have their plan. Elohim has a justice for the wickedness of his nation, showing them their corruption. Even though it's like reaping what you sow, but it ain't over with yet. They will seek to bring about, continue with that conversation, even that which is written of in Revelation, but it would fail. Daniel records of it. There will rise another UN after the restoration of Israel. There will rise another United Nations. So they're going to miss it. Thought you got it, but you still don't miss it. After Israel's restoration, the king of the north shall come into the land. It will come to pass, they shall first defile the outer courts of the temple as recorded in the book of Revelation. Some of those leaders of Israel at that time will join to the corruptors. There will come a falling away from the righteous of Israel. That's what actually Paul was writing about in 2 Thessalonians. There will come a falling away. That's what he was writing about before the Antichrist, the man of sin, being revealed. So when that falling away occurs in the restoration, among those of Israel in the restoration, in the close of the restoration, the Antichrist will later come to the controlling power. There will be a UN at that time, different UN. All these things are written in the Bible. Today, as you see the iniquities of the Gentile increasing, it is a sign that Israel's restoration draweth near. You know, some people are impressed with, like, some people don't realize or understand. Some people are impressed with Obamacare because of the help. To say you can get help, and you know, people are good at using the poor, the oppressed. In this country, using poor blacks and poor whites as a means of getting power and bringing about evil. A lot of people don't really understand these things because it's such a long-term plan. But Obamacare, people set that medical system up. Not just Obama himself, he ain't coming around that. You don't know that. That is greatly beneficial down through time, in the time of the future, in the system that the United Nations wants to set up. To have control of medical health care for the people is to control the people. It look good right now, but later it might say, well, we got to limit health care. Then the next step is who gets health care and who don't get health care. After get through getting more control of the doctors and their what they committed to follow, so they'll go independent and just helping people. We got to get those things more under control. Then by controlling medical health, then you can control the people even the more better. Say who gets medical help, what kind of medical help will be available. Say, well, the economy is in such a state, we limit the health care. This has already been thought out. If you think it ain't, it's just that you ignorant. This was thought out years ago. Who gets health care, who don't get health care? Some say, well, just get what we get in our time. Well, you get what you get in your time, but you need to understand these things anyway. Because it's a system that's set up to ban down the road, to control, to manipulate. If you think it's just good, just wait a while. If a man is fighting for homosexual marriages, just wait a little while. Your eyes go open. Saying that churches ought to be willing to give out contraceptives regardless of their belief, just wait a little while. Your eyes go open. When you get more control over health care and your medical need, your situation, just wait a little while. You will understand. System be set up and said, who's going to get health care? You think you come to communism. Those who are familiar with Karl Marx, you might think that he's right. And saying this nation will eventually accept communism, just wait a little while. You'll be amazed at what you may come to see. Because there is a system to men, and powerful men in this world have been ruling for a long time. For a long time, powerful men have been ruling. The book of Daniel is not false. It's true. As I said, they're going to try to bring about the kingdom of Antichrist, and it's going to fail usually in due time. So men use poor. They've been doing it for over 1,000 years. They never think poor, and we try to help them and then get more control. That ain't nothing new. Keep on living, you learn. But I'm just saying that you understand that this has been already devised for a long time. These systems already been set up, been devised, and the men who they choose to bring to place, and young Obama may give him a position on the UN. Maybe the next one after him have the hope of a place on the UN and do their part. No matter what race it is, no matter what color it is, nationality, is it sold out? That's what it's all about. Is it sold out to the system? It doesn't matter whether it's white, whether it's black, whether it's Indian, whether it's Puerto Rican, whether it's Hispanic. Is this sold out where they go against his own people or whatever? That's what really matters. Everybody can't click to think that far. Over time, you will learn your race or skin color will determine good or bad. Sometimes it takes people a while to get that far. A lot of people have problems there. There ain't no limit to no certain race here. But this nation is getting ready for a fall. And the process of falling anyway. Because it's going against God. I just thought about that and mentioned that, which I thought about Obama singing Amazing Grace. Talk about this young man trying to start a civil war. The exact thing that he trying to do. Good talk. Obama, good talk. To those that are simple and ignorant. But when he started a civil war through tearing down religious principles and values and going against someone down the road, people I wrote up when the suffering comes. And realize that him and that young man are really one. Is he for an Islamic state or what? Maybe a while for some eyes open. He is a black man in this country, he is just alive. But anyway, just ignorant. I want to speak concerning faith. I want to speak concerning faith. Faith is important. It's important to understand faith. And I want to speak concerning faith. I heard the song, Be Grateful. And that song, be grateful. And that is actually a source. That is a source of faith. Being grateful. Elohim, keep doing good things. If you don't be grateful and take for granted what he do, your faith don't increase. Elohim can bring you through situations, provide for you. But if you don't be grateful for what he's done and doing, it doesn't increase your faith. I want to read from the 23rd chapter of the book of Leviticus concerning faith and faith being increased through being grateful. Elohim do things for you and you don't take it for granted. To consider what he's done, it increases your faith. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1 says, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. A lot of people, when they look at the law, well, Elohim gave instructions in the law, telling Israel to keep the feasts and different things, they look at it in the way as rules and regulations, just laws. They don't look at it in a way as you said rules and regulations. Tell your children to say thank you when somebody give them something. To tell your child when somebody hands them a piece of candy or a piece of gum, you say, now what do you say? You say thank you. Teach them to be grateful. Many people don't look at what Elohim told Israel to keep these feasts as memorial of what he had done for them, as teaching them to be grateful as a father to his children. It would be a bad thing if children were to look at parents, tell them to say thank you when you ask for something, and way down the road they get grown, they still looking at it and saying, my parents gave me these laws. Somebody give me something, say thank you. And when they do something, appreciate it, say thank you. Show appreciation what's done. It'll be a terrible thing. But that's the way people are when they look at the laws of Elohim, and they really can't perceive how these laws are based in love. Elohim teaching his people to say, to be grateful. And considering what he has done actually increases their faith in him. Teach their children what he has done, and to be grateful for what he's done increases their faith in him, or build their faith in him, and increases their faith in him. A lot of people don't look at it that way. Showing how he has shown love that they may love back. A lot of people don't realize and understand these things. What does gratitude have to do with faith? What does gratitude have to do with faith? Many people find it strange